So, you want to launch a business in the European Union? For a lot of people, that sounds like a total headache, right? A bureaucratic nightmare. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a really powerful shortcut, setting up your company in Romania.
Yeah, when you think about it, your mind probably jumps to endless paperwork, crazy eye costs, and a whole mess of confusing rules. It's that hurdle that stops so many great ideas dead in their tracks. But what if I told you there's a strategic back door into that massive single market?
And that back door, well, it's Romania. It is quickly becoming the secret weapon for savvy entrepreneurs. We're talking a process that's not just manageable, but super low cost and something you can do almost entirely online. Think of it as your personal launchpad straight into the heart of Europe.
Okay, so how do you actually do this? For pretty much everyone, the answer is something called an SRL. It's just the Romanian version of a limited liability company, or LLC, and it's designed to give you flexibility and, most importantly, protection.
The whole point of an SRL is to create a legal wall between you and your business. Simply put, if the company runs into debt, your personal assets, your house, your car, your savings, are shielded. It's the essential foundation for building any secure business.
And the accessibility here is just fantastic. You can start it by yourself or with a group of up to 50 partners. Your liability is always capped at whatever you've invested. But here's the absolute game changer for international founders. You do not need Romanian citizenship or even residency to get started.
And don't worry, getting set up isn't some complex mystery. It's actually a really clear, step-by-step process that takes you from just having an idea to being a fully registered, official EU company.
The whole path is just logical. You start with the basics, right? Reserve a unique name, draft up your founding documents, then you handle the money side. Open a bank account, deposit your capital. And finally, you make it official by registering with the government. It's pretty much a 5-step checklist.
All right, let's get to the really good stuff. The part that probably got your attention in the first place. The money. Because the financial side of things is where Romania goes from just a good option to an absolutely incredible one.
Just look at that. The minimum amount of money you need to start your company is 1 Romanian Leu. You know what that is? It's less than a quarter. The barrier to entry is for all intents and purposes 0. This is all about making it easy for anyone to get started.
Now for the taxes, this is huge. Romania has this special status for smaller businesses called a micro company. And listen, this isn't just some minor discount. No, it's a completely different and way lower tax structure than the standard one.
I mean, just look at the difference here. Instead of the standard 16% corporate tax, a micro company pays only 3% on its revenue. But it gets even better. If you hire just 1 employee, that rate drops to a jaw-dropping 1%. Let that sink in for a second. 1%.
So what's the catch? How do you get this amazing rate?
Well, the rules are actually pretty broad. As long as your annual revenue is under €500,000, you're not mainly a consulting firm, and you're not in a few very specific industries like banking or gambling, you're probably going to qualify for these massive tax savings.
Okay, but what if you're sitting at home thousands of miles away from Romania? Well, that's the best part. You don't have to be there. The entire setup can be handled digitally from basically anywhere in the world.
And I'm not just saying that. The whole system is built for it now. Everything has become more and more streamlined specifically because of new digital tools. It is a modern system built for the modern global entrepreneur.
And you really can manage it all from your laptop. You get your documents notarized, submit the paperwork online, and you use a simple power of attorney to let a representative on the ground handle any of the in-person stuff. You can even get your Romanian bank account opened without ever stepping foot in the country.
And get this, we're not talking about a process that takes months and months. From start to finish, you can have your fully registered EU company up and running in as little as 5 to 10 working days. That's it. The speed is just remarkable.
So let's pull this all together. If you're an entrepreneur and you've got your sights set on Europe, what are the key things you really need to remember from all this? It really boils down to this. Romania gives you full access to the EU market with almost no startup money required. It offers some of the lowest corporate tax rates you will find anywhere, just 1 to 3%. And you can get the whole thing done from your home office in about 2 weeks.
The path to the European market is clearer, faster, and way more affordable than you ever thought possible. So, the only question left is, what are you going to build?